What's going on, world? It's your boy, Kuya. This is the NRW. Nerds rule the world. And as you clicked off of YouTube, you saw the thumbnail. I have a boss on the big screen, but she's also a boss in life. I have Maryam Basir with Maryam Beauty. She's also got highbrow, noir diamonds. We're going to get all the things because it translates, y'all. She's on the screen doing it, but she's also doing it in real life, and you love to see it. Thank you so much, Maryam, for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. Most
definitely. So I'm shooting off air horns because we love to give love and light and flowers to just people out here doing it. You love to see it, especially as people of color. You know, we are few and far, and we don't get our flowers as much as the other folk do. So when Absolutely. I can, with my people, I love to do it. And just gonna say that real quick. So you started like really killing it in 2020. I saw you coming out of college. I think you dabbled in like 2012. I don't know, you was in like high school or something, but like you got your big role in 2020. And man, I've been in the game a long time, but what you love to see as actors and filmmakers in this industry is, man, having your ducks in a row. I read that when you came to New York, you already had that entrepreneur mindset, and acting wasn't even your thing. You had like this other plan, but found yourself into that, but you didn't stop that entrepreneurial grind. And I think Maryam Beauty is the result of that. I'm curious, you got into acting, but then you found yourself with still pursuing that hustle. How did it finally came with this, with Maryam Beauty and highbrow? I'm just amazed by that drive. And, right now we're in a crazy actor strike. Shout out to all my fellow actors and writers out there. Right. You at least have this to hold you down right now. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I got my first big lead role in like a major film. In my mind, it was a major film, Holiday Heartbreak. Oh, wait, I can't mention names. Sorry, Stefano. But so I landed a major role, and from there I got a TV series and just a lot of other things that started happening that were great for my acting career. And even though I didn't start, you're right, I didn't grow up being an actor. I never went to like theater school or anything like that. I just kind of came to New York to see what would happen. I've always had an entrepreneurial bug. Like I've always, even as a little kid, I would like sell bracelets at art festivals. I would have to like braid little kids' hair around the neighborhood and charge $5. And I've always known I want to be an entrepreneur, right? So coming to New York, I always felt like, okay, I'm going to have my own business. However, I caught the acting bug, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with being an actor. I felt like it was my calling, and it's so interesting to just play all these wonderful roles and characters, and it takes you all around the world, and you get to have so many different experiences. And meet different people, and it's always new and fresh, and it's just like amazing. So I've been busy a lot doing that, and but the entrepreneur thing was always in my mind. And I feel like even as an actor, anytime you work in an industry that is not like consistent, or like you're an actor, we don't get paychecks every 2 weeks. Like I never have gotten that. Like I've always done this. So it's, you have to have something that's like gonna sustain you when between shoots, because like you do a whole shoot and you're like, you feel so accomplished. Okay, I wrapped that, I did. And it's like, okay, wait, what's next? You know what I mean? So you're always like kind of looking for the next thing. So it's nice to have something consistent in the background, So the fact that we have had this strike, looming since January, things have slowed down. So it gave me a humongous opportunity to do something that I've always wanted to do, which is to start Maryam Beauty, the beauty line. I started Highbrow, which is an eyebrow microblading company. I started that about 4 years ago in Michigan. And I basically just kind of did that because I just grew a love for that as well. I found out about the process and I was like, wow, this is amazing. You can draw like little tattoos in the eyebrows and, look perfect. And like, it's just was such an interesting process to me. So as soon as I was actually at a shoot when I found out about microblading, and I was like, wait, I got to learn this. And I learned it. I got certified. I did that. So that's where it all started. But then I wanted to like expand and have products, so that's where Maryam Beauty started, which I just launched like about less than 2 months ago.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you. So that has been my baby that I've been working on. And it's become, you know, just like the love of my life. And it's, you know, it's a grind. It's a constant, you know, working and figuring out what to do next and, you know, how to get it out there and things like that. But then at the same time, you know, because right now we, as actors, like we can do commercials and that's about it. Like I actually just finished doing a commercial audition, like, right. That's why I was rushing here. I had a commercial audition where I was like, no makeup, like nothing. So I was like, you know, in a tennis outfit. So I'm like, you know what, let me just throw something on and get it together. So yeah, we can still do commercials and stuff like that. But other than that, it's, we have to kind of have something. I have a lot of my actor friends who are starting to like sell insurance or just like go get regular jobs and stuff like that. So, I do feel blessed to have, you know, Maryam Beauty to just like, you know, continue to grow and stuff like that. But beyond that, you know, I just kind of being in the industry and just learning about like makeup and, you know, because growing up, I never even wore makeup, you know.
Yeah.
And even I started, you know, after I kind of came to New York and learning about it and stuff. And I was like, wow, I learned about the transformational part of makeup and just, you know, I started just being really passionate about that, especially the eyebrows. So then I started the line and yeah, and here we are.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I learned more about makeup as you know, I guess as a guy, you know, we don't commonly wear makeup until like I started acting way back in 1995. And,
oh, wow.
I'm an old head. But I had to learn, you know, because I would break out. And that's what I also find fascinating with kind of like your story. You what I also read is you're Muslim, and then you used to, you know, be in head to toe, covered and all of that, and now you get yourself into acting. You're getting on sets, they're putting makeup on you, and that has to be a wild transition. But you learn so much, and that's what I just think is amazing about your story. You didn't really have a lot of makeup on, so I assumed you learned through that, and now you're kind of imparting that knowledge with your own company. I just think that's super dope.
Thank you for putting it that way. That's an interesting way that you put it. I like that. Yeah, but it was like a totally different world. But, you know, one thing about like, I grew up, you know, we are Muslim and we grew up in like the, you know, like hijab culture. But at the same time, it's still so beautiful. Like they have the most beautiful, it's like the Black African-American culture, you know, where there are lots of colors and jewels and makeup and like, so I grew up seeing all the beauty anyway. It's not like we were just hiding everything, you know what I mean? It was like, you know, I just like we just had a wedding celebration this weekend here in Ann Arbor, and, you know, everybody, it was just, they came out with like the African garb and just like the beautiful, like diamonds and just like, it was just gorgeous. So like, I knew beauty, you know what I mean? And it just wasn't in the form of makeup necessarily for me. And I've always been an artist. Like I've always drawn, painted, you know, do like watercolor sketching. Like I've always been very interested in like that part of it. So that part, it kind of just, the art piece is still the same. You know what I mean? Like, and even acting, all the same thing. It's all art. You know, you're using your voice, your body, your face, your expressions to put something across. You know, it's all art at the end of the day. So anything artistic, anything that's like creative, I'm gonna be all in.
I love it. So I guess then with you having that knowledge, when your makeup artist would work with you, you probably already knew what was best for your skin, because it's just
I learned
break
so
out, right?
Art. I was one of those that like, oh, I use water to wash my face. I was one of those. But I learned so much from makeup artists. I've worked with hundreds of makeup artists. Like, you know, I've done a lot of modeling as well. So like, you know, for like companies like L'Oreal and Lancome and Target and like Cadillac and, you know, companies like that where I've done like just modeling. And from working with those makeup artists, I learned secrets to like, okay, how to make myself look better, how to do this, how to make this pop, how to make that. And it's like every set that I'm on, like even if I'm on a movie set, they get to know your skin. They get to know like what looks good on you and then, or what would look good on anybody. Yeah. So you learn those tricks, you put them in your toolbox, and then you can use that. Like I can use that now for my own business and, you know, kind of know what's going to look good on people. I think that knowledge has been like one of the most valuable things in being able to start a beauty brand is the fact that I've worked with so many professional makeup artists. And even when we were testing the product, when I was shooting the second season of my show, we were in LA and I was testing. That's when I was like in the development stage of like, you know, testing the products and stuff. And we were testing them and it was like, the pro makeup artists were using, I'm like, wow, I really need this. Like, this is such a great product. You should do this. They gave me a lot of insight and feedback about what I could do next, so that was extremely helpful as well.
Super dope. I love it. And I just want to remind everybody watching this interview right now, if you're driving, get to a safe place. In the description, I'm gonna have all of Maryam's links so you can go check out everything Maryam Beauty, everything Maryam Basir. Go check it out. Once you're done, just be safe, because a lot of people
pull over.
Exactly. Listen while they're on their commute. So I want y'all to check her out, support her. Another thing I wanted to ask you about that I love is you started a nonprofit organization for girls called Noir Diamonds. Tell me about that.
That was is one of the most fulfilling things to date. The entrepreneur stuff is very fulfilling, and acting is extremely fulfilling when you're, doing what you love. But when you can do something and help kids, it's it goes beyond. I've always wanted to start a an etiquette school for girls, since I was a little kid. It was always in the back of my mind. And I got to fulfill one of my childhood dreams here in Michigan a few years ago. I started Noir Diamonds, which is an etiquette school for girls between ages of 7 to 14. And it was basically for underserved girls who would not be able to afford to be in those social settings to teach you certain things, or to be able to afford to go to a refinement school or anything like that. So it was offering a unique opportunity for people who don't have everything that they need, who couldn't afford it, to be able to come and take these free classes. Every Saturday they would come in, and we had this amazing etiquette teacher named Marsha, who would just come and teach them formal dining, informal dining. I did a lot of the classes. I did even meditation and yoga. We did public speaking. We did vision boards where they got to put out their life vision and present it in front of everyone. And we taught them how to do handshakes and greetings and just all these things to be able to get them through the social aspect of life. And I realized too that even a lot of people who are grown, people who come from all over the world and they work in IT or in engineering or things like that, they don't have the social skills. They have the brains and the intellect to be able to do it, but socially a lot of people it made me realize how many people actually need this. So I wanted to offer it to little girls who Black and brown kids who wouldn't normally be able to get this. And we had Ford as a sponsor at one point, and it was really great program for them, and I had about 77 girls to graduate from the program. So it was so rewarding. Yeah, let's do a snap for that.
Go.
It is so rewarding, and I do plan to, once I get resources, one day when I get up to here where I'm supposed to be.
You're on the way. You're on the way.
On the way. That's the trajectory. So I do plan to reopen, redo it, do the classes once I have all the resources necessary, because it's just so necessary. And then the girls would come back and be like, oh my gosh, this changed a lot of things in my life. We had them look in the mirror and do affirmations and try to help them build their confidence, and just know that when they walk into a room, I belong here, to try to just get that inside of them so they can have that confidence that they wouldn't necessarily have otherwise, Yo,
I love it. Maryam, I've been in the business a long time, and I talk to a lot of cats of what's your plan? What's your goals? And already just reading your story just is inspiring. Because you're still kind of young to the industry in a way. I'm an old head. I've been in it for a minute, but you got your plan and you killing it with not only having your own entrepreneurial business, which you're doing on the side, and having a charity to help give back. You love to see it. It's dope. Congrats. I appreciate that. I'm inspired. Thank you for this energy exchange. To tell me all about what you got going on with Maryam Beauty as it develops and as Noir Diamonds develops, and when we can finally talk about other projects.
I know, right?
Would love to have you back to just show you love and light, give you your flowers. I think you're amazing.
Thank you.
But before I go, because I actually have some other things popping, and I know you got things popping because you're insanely amazing and busy and talented. I gotta know, because you got highbrow. And as a dude, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Most of my boys, they're really getting their brows done.
I already know what you're going to ask me. I have male clients all the time. I have clients. Is that what you were going to ask about?
Well, kind of, sort of. Right? Oh, okay. Because I know how to take care of myself. My wife, my daughter, she makes sure I keep it clean and nice.
Okay.
One of the things I'm curious your perspective on lines and eyebrows, because I'm an old head, right? I grew up with Kid and Play, just I'm a hip hop head. And, I've always wanted to get lines in my brows, but I never did it because I guess culturally, in the community, we're man, if you're going to take this job or whatever, you know,
right.
they're going to look at you different. Now that I'm older and could care less and I'm good,
right.
I want to do it now. So I'm just kind of curious, what is your perspective on men with like lines? Because my man, the reason why I want to do it so much is my man, Jason Momoa. I know he kind of like got a scratch or something. That's what happened to him. And it's permanent. But what's your perspective on like lines and eyebrows?
I think it's cool. I think if you do it though, you have to commit to it. I do it sometimes too. Like I can draw it like with makeup and make just like 2 lines in my eyebrows. I think it looks super cool and edgy. I think if you do it, you just commit and you got to have the look to go with it. You know what I mean? You can't just be like preppy on the bottom and just have like the lines and the eyebrows, but totally I'm for it. I do it depending on like what I have on. I love to play with that. And when I see guys with it, I think it looks super cool and sexy and edgy. And, you know, I think it looks cool, especially, you know, if you're not working corporate, you have your own, you know, radio thing, podcast, you're a creative. So when you're creative, you can get away with things, but you got to commit to it. That's the thing.
Okay. Next time I see you, Maryam, I'm going to have it in there.
And I'm going to be looking, I'm going to be like, hey, where are the lines in your eyebrows?
Let's go. Okay. Maryam, you are a treasure. You are amazing. Thank you for coming to talk to me all about Maryam Beauty, Noir Diamonds, Highbrow.
Let me show you the products while we're at it. So this
please. Yeah.
This is the brow pencil kit right here. You see it blinging in the gold. You can get that on MaryamBeauty.shop. It's an eyebrow pencil kit. It has a pencil with 2 refills and a sharpener inside of here. So it's like 3 pencils, $39. And then I have the brow stamp kit, which you can see all about what that is, but it's basically a stamp and it has like 10 stencils for any eyebrow that you need. It's all here, MaryamBeauty.shop. Can you see it, or is that like blurry? That's the thing. It's doing something weird now, but there you go.
All good. There we go. We got it a little bit in there, but I'm gonna have all the links in the description, y'all.
Perfect.
So be safe while you're driving. Go over there, click it, get you some. You might need a patent. I think I read too that like there's nobody else out there with like the sharpener joint.
Right. And I already have the trademark. I just got approved for the trademark for everything. So
there you go. That's a hustler and entrepreneurial business mindset right there. Protect yourself.
You gotta protect.
I love it. You are amazing. Props to everything you're doing. Would love to have you back.
Would love that.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, y'all. Maryam Basir, your boy Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Once you're done now, it's over. Go click. Go buy them joints. Maryam Beauty, the homie. We'll have it back next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.